Teen suicide rates are on the rise nationwide, and it's an ongoing problem here in northern Nevada, too.
That's right. Now, Chris Buckley spoke to a marriage and family counselor about how to start a conversation on something that's really so hard to talk about.
It's a conversation that's hard to start. What to say if you think someone is thinking about suicide.
Sometimes people are afraid to talk about it because they're afraid, oh, it might make somebody think about it more so. In fact, it's the opposite.
In many ways, it's the chance to start a real conversation.
When it comes to these conversations, people wonder, like, what's a conversation really going to do? And in fact, we can really dig into more of the root causes, not just address the symptoms, but really get into some of the root causes, especially, for example, with that self-worth issue.
She says there are a lot of reasons teens are hit particularly hard when it comes to suicidal thoughts. Things like the brain chemistry.
They just don't have that same level of serotonin that will help you balance it out, that helps you feel joy, right? However, they do have really high levels of dopamine. That's your pleasure seeking as well as some risk taking.
And the context they have for a lot of life experiences.
So an example would be like a heartbreak. You know, for them, it's huge, it's devastating. And I want to caution parents in saying statements like, don't be sad, you'll get over it, you're fine, you're okay. They're well-meaning. Certainly they're well-meaning. But the problem with those statements is that they're invalidating.
A major factor here, she says, is self-esteem, even in high achievers. Those issues, along with withdrawing in general, are red flags that should be taken seriously, whether it's by parents, friends, even school counselors.
I myself had an adolescent who came to my office because they were flagged at school and they were seen to be at risk for potential suicidal ideation. So with that, I think that this is something that we could do. This is a solution where we can put it at a much wider level in order to be able to see, are people having a hard time? Are young ones really struggling? So that's something I would really emphasize schools could do more of.
If someone you know could be thinking about suicide, there are resources both here locally and at the national level. We have a link to those on our 2 News website and app. Covering the story, Chris Buckley, 2 News.
Now, if you are or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is right on your screen, 1-800-273-8255.